Ozu! John Cleland host Nindasinikas. Gawin Ningi Kenny Masi Nindotum. Asami Sagami Nindunjaba. Hi, I'm John Cleland host. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce you to the game of Goonikaa Ginebik, or Snow Snake. But first, let's recognize this land.
More than 10,000 years ago, glaciers covered this land here in Michigan, often over a mile thick. As the glaciers melted, people moved into the land and established lifeways. They lived here for thousands of years before Europeans appeared, and as conflict arose, eventually that led to the Treaty of Detroit, which is the small green area in the lower right here, and that treaty was signed in 1807. The treaty, of course, all aspects of the treaty were not kept. It has been broken, and it's important for us to recognize and acknowledge the land that we're on, and also to recognize and acknowledge that just that simple recognition is not enough by itself. As Europeans moved across the land here in North America, they did so with the many with the belief in manifest destiny, the idea that Christians were destined by their God to take over Native America and eradicate the native cultures. One way that this was done was to round up the kids and put them in boarding schools under the belief of killing the Indian to save the man. These schools included forced child labor. Some children died. There was various kinds of abuse, and the culture was stolen from many of the children, who were prohibited from speaking their language, practicing their native spirituality, or other aspects of their culture. These schools were established across the United States and Canada, and accepting this historical reality is not enough. To help preserve the culture and help support Native groups, there are many things we can do. We can vote with Native interests in mind. That includes environmental concerns and climate change. It also includes many human things like voting access and disenfranchisement, helping disadvantaged communities, and other native disputes. And it also can include supporting the Native groups. That is easiest done by just Googling to find what groups are in your area, talking with them, asking how you can support them. I found it helpful to follow them on Facebook and their web pages. Many groups have membership or donation options, and many events ceremonies are public. You can also buy products to support Native businesses and learn and teach. This history that we just covered is not covered well in school, and teaching kids is especially useful. It's important also to recognize that these wonderful cultures can be celebrated with joy. Guilt is important and can be good, but I was raised Catholic, and I've had enough guilt to last a lifetime. So, some businesses, here they are. You can always refer back to this slide for some, and always check to make sure they're Native owned. Cultural appropriation is very relevant whenever we look at anything in a minority culture, especially Native cultures, where this happens a lot here in America. Some cultural appropriation red flags you can look for is if stereotypes are used, if people don't understand the context of the cultural aspect that's relevant, or if they don't even know what tribe, nation of origin, how it was done, and if a lot of money is being made by people who have no connection to Native groups. Cultural erasure is also harmful. We saw that already in history. If we look at cultural erasure, that can start with the genocide, as we saw, and move on to the boarding schools. And here in the United States, it was literally against the law to practice Native American religion until 1978. So much for religious freedom. And if we look at that today, we have what can be a difficult balance in making sure that we both respect this culture and help preserve it. It can be hard to preserve a culture if a bunch of barriers are thrown up to learn, practice, and preserve the culture, like requiring a certain blood quantum to be involved with this. Now, I don't mean tribal membership. I would discourage people from pursuing tribal membership unless they have a very strong connection. But to at least celebrate and preserve aspects of this culture. If all these things on the list here are required for someone to do that, then, well, no one's going to be able to preserve the culture. And if any use of the culture, language, or etc. is called appropriation, then it makes it difficult to preserve the culture. So it's a difficult balancing act. So here's an example where a blood quantum level is being removed because they recognize that through marriage over time, very few people are going to have 25% or 50% or whatever Native American ancestry. So, should we play Anishinaabe games? I would encourage people to do so respectfully and in light of what I just discussed. It can be fun. It can help kids learn both this history and these aspects of the culture. So, the Anishinaabe Snow Snake game, let's take a look at it. I am doing this from the standpoint of the Anishinaabe game, so I apologize if it's not quite the same as other people in other tribes would have done, because like I said before, the tribes can be very different in their culture, and my connection is only through the Anishinaabe, which is the Council of the Three Fires, which is Ojibwe, Ottawa, and Potawatomi, Michigan area. So how do we play? Goonikaa Ginebik, the snow snake game. The traditional game had 4 teams. Each team got 4 throws. So that's at least 16 people, unless the same person is throwing more than once. And the farthest throws of the snake got the most points when they were thrown down an ice path. Let's look at how we can play it ourselves. If we're going to play, first know the land you're on, just as I looked at for the Detroit area. Secondly, make your plan to make the snakes. Do you want each player to make their own or have a bunch for guests? That can depend on your own personal situation. It's always good to have some extras in case something goes wrong. So, if you look at the material, I prefer to thank it. I'm completely naturalistic. I don't have any supernatural beliefs, but it helps reinforce the cycles of life that we are all a part of. Natural materials are good to use, but a little harder because it can be hard to find a straight stick. You can find wooden stakes and dowels at hardware stores. Sometimes you can add some weight, and I would encourage people to paint them and make them look cool because that's more fun. If you're going to make the ice track, shoveling on a lake is the easiest, but you can make a track in the snow. It depends on your own situation and the land you're on. And then you can play by taking turns casting the snakes down the path and scoring points. As I mentioned before, teams take turns. Maybe you don't have enough people for 4 teams. Maybe you have fewer teams. Maybe if you have some people that are 8 years old and some that are adults, you want to do a goal that you try to get close to instead of just the farthest, which can be best for the stronger people. So I'd like to finish up by encouraging people to learn some Anishinaabe words. Bozu is a very good one. Hello and miigwech, thank you. But other ones like Happy Winter Solstice, Mino Anji Kwamagad Gizi God. And other ones, Goonikaa Ginebik, of course. And Kababanaka, which is this constellation you see right here. Oh, not visible in the summer, of course, because the north wind, the cold wind of winter is not there in summer. So with that, thank you for your time. Mino Anji Kwamagad Gizi God, everyone, and miigwech.